Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome back to my channel. While I've been under basically quarantine because I got COVID, my whole family got COVID. I was thinking up tags I could do when I felt better, which I feel much better. I will be going to some doctor's appointments today. I haven't had a fever. I've been quarantined for several days. I've done all the protocol stuff, so I feel much better. I did lose my sense of smell for like 48 hours, and then it started coming back, and I'm like, that's weird. But the fact that it's coming back already, I realize I could have gotten a lot worse strain than what I got. Right now it's just congestion in my sinuses. It's just like I have a sinus cold now. And that's the update on that. But while I was under the weather and doing nothing but watching TV for several days, I thought of decks that remind me of other decks. And I have my Light Sears is my number one favorite. It's my soul deck. It is published by Hay House. This is a mass market. It was indie. It started off as a Kickstarter, which I missed. I etched it in this teal. It's got kind of wobbly because I've used the crap out of it. These are the backs. Everybody's seen this deck. But this deck is so amazing. And then I realized I have other decks that remind me of this deck. And so I wanted to show off, just because it gave me an excuse to show off decks, really. Sorry, I still have a little sinus drainage going on, so I sound like a dude, I guess. And coughing a little bit, but other than that, I'm fine. But I love this deck. It's so beautiful. It's like the best friend you never had. And I realized while I was had been under the weather that I have a few decks that remind me of this deck, whether it be the energy, the coloration, the artwork, or what have you. I have a few decks that remind me of this one, but they still have their own job to do in my collection, if that makes sense. And so I thought I would show off some other decks as well that remind me of this deck. So yeah, that's going to be, I don't think I'm going to do a hashtag. It might be a little series I start here. If you guys are into that, let me know. I got my coffee here. I haven't had coffee in like a week, so, because I haven't left the house. So, yeah, I'm desperately needing it today. So, that is the Light Seers, and so this one is titled, decks that remind me of, and then I'm going to do like a, fill in the blank Light Seers for this one. But this is the Light Seers, and this is the deck that started it all. It's the third tarot deck I ever bought. It's the first deck that I really, the second deck I started connecting with, but I connected with it on a deeper level because it's my soul deck, I think. But once I started growing my collection, I'm like, oh, I have a couple other decks that remind me of this deck. Like I said, whether it be the energy, the artwork, what have you. There's a remembrance to this deck. So that's what we're going to see today. So for the first deck I'm going to pull up, and most of these, I just realized as I pulled them out, all but two are indie decks. So that's weird, because Light Seer started out as an indie deck as well, by Chris Ann. So we have first up, and I've said this many times, this is my Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. Ray Gilding was epic. Love the cardstock. This is my favorite cardstock just because I like that shimmy sound. And they do shuffle very well. Very well. I didn't even show you the shuffle on the light Sears, but we know. That's my bad. There. Shuffles well. This is a collab deck between Avalon Cameron as the creator and Anna Torian did the artwork. And I fell in love with her artwork on the Oracle of Echoes. And I basically was like, kind of like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. I need everything she's ever done, ever. I only have the, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? The Tarot of, not Tarot of Echoes, it's not out yet. Tarot of the Abyss is her other tarot I have. I do want to get her other one that was been out for a long time, and I hemmed and hawed about it for so long that now it's like out of print and expensive. So I may just not get it, but I do have both first and second edition of Oracle of Echoes. But this deck is almost, I want to say the yin and yang. The light Seers in this are the yin and yang of each other. These are my top 2 decks ever. I would almost say this is a soul deck as well, but it has a slightly different energy, like a hair's breadth different energy than the light Seers. I've also done, and this could be why, I've done mediumistic spreads with this, mediumistic readings with this deck, and that could be the difference I'm feeling in the 2 decks. But this is, oh, look at the freaking Emperor right on, he's haunting me. Since we just left Aries, decking the Aries deacons, the Emperor's still stalking me. But that is the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. It's my second favorite deck ever. If I could only ever have 2 decks, I've said it a million times, it would be this and the Light Seers. So, next we have... And I just got this recently. I put it in a bag because it didn't come with anything. Or it comes in a big box, but I'm not carrying the big box around. It is the Unfolding Path Tarot. This is the indie edition. It is going mass market. Actually, I think it's October. Somewhere in there. This shuffle is amazing. Shuffle's amazing. I don't like the card stock. It seems very rubber bandy to me. Like I can bend the whole deck back and forth like that. However I bend it, it's going to stay that way. So, I mean, for that's good because I am a riffle shuffler, as you can see. I don't know. It feels too rubbery, like too thin to me. And I paid a pretty penny for this deck. So, I'm like, I don't want it to rip or get hurt or anything like that. That's why I'm glad there's a mass market version come out. Even though it irritates me because as soon as I got this deck, hold on, let me drink a sip of coffee. As soon as I got this deck, there was the Royal Mail issue at the beginning of the year. It took me a long time to get this deck. And then she had put it on sale, and then it went out of print. So, all the while, I was still waiting for it to come in the mail because it was held up by the Royal Mail system. I was freaking out that I wasn't going to get it. I paid like $90-something for this deck. And I bought it through a gift card that I'd won for Christmas. So I was like freaking out that I wasn't going to get my money back, that I wasn't going to get the deck. All I wanted was the deck. And then as soon as I get the deck, I find out it's gone mass market and it's like $26. And I'm like, seriously? But this is almost identical to me. Artwork of the Light Seers. It's got these bright, beautiful, vivid colors in it. And, oh my God, look at that chariot. Just come on, that's my soul card. And just like, it's astounding. Astounding. Beautiful. It's stunning. Despite the card stock, it's so reminds me of the Light Seers. Just because of the artwork. Like, that's totally, Light Seers, especially like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Beautiful. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need this deck in my life. And I don't know if it's because the fact that it reminds me so much of the Light Seers, or if it's its own energy, because I really haven't worked with it. Maybe because I'm a little butthurt still over how the whole thing happened when I got the deck, or how I got the deck. I mean, I still eventually got the deck. It just took forever. And then literally like the week I find out, the week I got it, I think is the week I found out it was going mass market. I'm like, really? So it just kind of irritated me, and I think that's part of why. I mean, I have worked with it, just not a whole lot. But it is stunning, and it will never leave my collection just because it reminds me too much of my light Sears. Plus, it was super expensive. Next we have, and these two may not seem like because they're more collagey than like drawing, because the light Sears to me is more like drawing artwork. But as soon as I started working with this, I'm like, why does this remind me of my light Sears? I still don't know. But it is the Superlunaris tarot. Look at that. Stunning. Maybe they have similar energies. I love this Hierophant. My favorite Hierophant ever. Again, the cardstock is like the Bonestone and Earthflesh tarot. It has this shimmy to it. I love it. It's got this beautiful rose gold gilding. Beautiful backs. This is the first edition that was on Kickstarter. There's been a couple renditions of this deck since then. I'm still on the fence of buying the newer one because it's linen, which I don't really care for linen cardstock, honestly. It shuffles, but it goes everywhere to me when I shuffle it. I don't know what it is about this deck, because clearly it's not the same kind of artwork, but it so has that feel of the light Sears to me, and I love it. And I thought for a long time, and the newer version also has a different Empress, which I did not know that. They also have different backs. There's no edging to it, which I'm like, when I first saw the newer version, I'm like, I don't need that. It's just a different back. Even though I like the newer back better. And then I realized there was a different Empress. So now I feel like I need to get it because of the Empress. And it's way cheaper than I paid for this one, because this was the indie Kickstarter version. But images like this, for some reason, harken back for me, the light Sears tarot. For some reason, this deck reminds me a lot of light Sears. And when I got it, I was afraid that this deck was going to just sit by the wayside, because if I'm winning my light Sears, I'm reaching for my light Sears. I'm not reaching for anything that's like the light Sears, if that makes any sense. But as it turns out, this deck found its own place in my collection, and I love it. It is one of my top 10 decks ever. And as you can see by the gilding on it, it's been used a lot. And it is stunning. And I still can't get over that freaking Hierophant. It's my favorite Hierophant ever. But yeah, the gilding is kind of wearing off. It's better held up than my Bonestone and Earthflesh tarot. And I've used it probably just as much. So, also when when the Kickstarter version, this version, first came out on pre-order on their site, they started selling these bags. So I got this bag for the first edition as well. And it's held up pretty well. So I don't have to carry it around in the box. I just carry it around in this little baggie. And that's where it lives forever. And it totally matches everything. So that's the Line Strider. Or not Line Strider. I keep saying that. The Superlunaris. Another one that goes... It almost matches the Superlunaris to a T. But also still harkens back for me. If you guys can figure out why, because I have no idea why these two decks harken back to the light Sears for me. I just feel a light Seer connection when I use these decks. But this one is almost identical to my Superlunaris, so I don't use them ever together, which they probably could go together. But this is the Key Tarot, also an indie deck. It was on Kickstarter. I actually think I got it after the Kickstarter ended, because I realized I don't want all the junk that comes most of the time. I don't want all the junk that comes with the Kickstarter. I just want the deck. And so 9 times out of 10, the deck will come out after the Kickstarter as a pre-order. And it comes with a nice little matte book. Beautiful gilding. The gilding is held up a little bit better than the Superlunaris. I've used this quite a bit too. Key Tarot. Beautiful bag. So what do we got? Death on top. Wow. Again, if you can tell, this is kind of a lot like reminds me a lot of the Line Strider Tarot. I don't know why I keep calling it the Line Strider. The Superlunaris Tarot. I even wrote it down as the Line Strider, and I'm like, why? They're not even close. Love this Sun card. It's one of my favorite Sun cards. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I love it to pieces. It's gorgeous. But it reminds me a lot of for some reason, I don't know why, reminds me a lot of the Light Sears. But it is like an almost identical deck to the Superlunaris for me. We got 3 decks left. 4 decks left, sorry. This is Tarot of Oneness. This is my latest deck I just got. Waited for it forever and ever. Love this peach gilding. We're going to get running out of time, so let me go ahead and get through this. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous, and the artwork is what makes me think of the Light Sears in this. Like, these vibrant, bright, beautiful colors is what makes me think of the Light Sears in this. Totally. Even though there's no people in this deck, it totally has that Light Sears feel. Maybe what I'm feeling is this connection that I feel deeply with my, that's a beautiful deck, beautiful, that I feel, the deep connection that I feel to my Light Sears, maybe that's what I'm feeling in these decks, is this same kind of connection, even though they're different decks. Next we have the 2, actually I have 3 mass market. So this is a newer deck as well. It's the Neotarot Feminine Tarot. It has a lot of the same artwork to me. Not the same artwork, but the same coloration. It's got gold gilding. It was $16 on Amazon. I'm like, what? And it just came on Kickstarter in February. So it's like Y Spell is the publisher, which is a mass market. But they were just on Kickstarter with this deck. I'm like, how is that possible? But a lot of the colors in this remind me of my Light Sears. Like, a lot of this reminds me of my Light Sears. A lot. A lot. And it's beautiful. The only complaint I have with this deck is the cardstock is damn near paper thin. And I'm afraid to shuffle it too hard because I don't want to rip it. Because it's super cute. But that is the Neotarot Feminine Tarot. I love it. Zenned Journey Tarot. This is it was like $15 on, it's by Seco Books, or Rock Point. Sorry, Rock Point. It is a mass market deck. Again, cardstock is like cardboard. It's way too thick. The backs, the coloration in it reminds me of my Light Sears. It's stunning, and it's a pip deck. I saw this on somebody's channel, and I'm like, how have I not seen this deck before? Because it is stunning. And again, I have that same kind of energy I feel with the Light Sears. It's this, I don't know, I can't describe it. I don't know. But it's really cute. And this, like I said, was like $15. It comes with a tiny book. But for like another $15, you can get a hardback book that comes with it. My only complaint, again, is the cardstock, because it's like cardboard. They're really thick. And the box is hard to get open. It's not a magnetic box. You have to literally kind of like shimmy it to get that open. And the last deck is a Oracle deck by Chris Ann, because it's also the same creator. The Sacred Creators Oracle. It has the same coloring. It has the same kind of book. It has the same kind of back. It's published by Hay House. This also was a indie deck at one point. That was amazing. These are the backs. Just like the Light Sears, just different colors. And then we have the beautiful coloration of it here. Stunning. And whatever reason has prevented me from it, I have not still yet paired this with my light Sears, which is weird, right? Because I feel like this deck was meant for the light Sears. Part of it is this deck has bitch slapped me so hard before I've blinked. And my light Sears doesn't do that. So I don't know if it's because they're completely, to me, opposite energies that I haven't paired them together. But it reminds me of the light Sears just because it's the same creator, same cardstock, same everything. It's just same coloration. And yeah, it's stunning. So let me see real quick, just for funsies. Pull a card from here, and then we'll pull one from the light Sears. Because this is my last deck that I have to show y'all. Okay, overrate your intuition. Funny, I've been hearing that lately. Just for funsies. Oh wow, overrate your intuition. And then we got 9 of Cups, and to me that's her jumping into inspiration. That's beautiful. They do pair quite well together. The coloration there isn't the greatest, but this deck reminds me of the light Sears just because it is Chris Ann and her marvelous work. But anyway, I thought that would be just a fun little video to do while I'm on the mend here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. Again, if you want me to do more of these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. And, yeah, if you want to see more, please subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you later. Bye.